start with the players before we get to any questions for Coach Campy.
Hey, Jalen, first one for you. You really look like you were feeling the flow there. I mean, just off the bounce, you had that bounce in your step, the smile on your face. We talked about in the broadcast, were you guys talk about being in the zone, shooting the basketball. Were you in the zone passing the basketball?
Yeah, I was definitely just going with the flow of the game. We went on a crazy run, and I just feel like the flow is get everybody involved and, find the open man. And my teammates did a good job of knocking down their shots and hitting layups.
And then, Mike, on your side there, you tied your career high in points here today, and Rex Walters and I were talking during the broadcast. With you look up, you got 6 points. A game goes on, you look up, you got 10. Look up, you got 14. I mean, you just do it, man. You're just out there doing your thing. It's not always flashy or things like that, but you look up and the stat sheet's always filled up. Do you play that way? You just let everything come to you?
Yeah, I try to just let the game come to me. I try not to force shots because I know I got other great group of guys around me like Jamal, Trey, and Jamor, and other guys that can score the ball. So I know some games I might not have a good game where I score up for 10 points or even 5 points. Just knowing that each day it could be my day. This is how I play.
And obviously, you guys were able to, you were out there running, you were out there moving, but defensively, I mean, that intensity, the guys on the bench, everybody up and moving, it seemed like it was very hard for Milwaukee to do things offensively, and certainly that starts at the top of the zone up there with you. I mean, how locked in were you guys defensively tonight?
I feel like today is probably the most, I think, as a unit, we was all locked in together, not just the top or the wings. I feel like today was amazing. It's a joy playing a game where you can have fun on defense and also have fun on offense. So I'd say today is probably one of the days where I feel like the defense came together and we stuck together.
What about that, Jalen? Were you having more fun? Because I said you had the smile on your face when you were out there running the fast break. Were you having more fun offensively or defensively tonight?
Both. I don't know. Like Micah said, we all came together as a group collectively, and we played really good defense. Seeing Micah and Jamal dive on the floor, two of our best players, and just, we got to follow that lead. So I feel like defensively we did a really good job, and then turning them over and stuff like that just led to good flow of offense.
On the television broadcast, Rex Walters brought that up, that when Jamal Cain dives on the floor or Jalen Moore or Micah Parrish dives on the floor, what are you going to do? So that's real then, right? Like you brought that up. That's real.
Yeah, I think, like you said, it's real. Like you have good players diving on the floor, sacrificing their body. Everybody follows that lead and feeds off that energy.
For either one of you guys, or both of you guys can answer it, actually. If you look back to the beginning of the season, when you guys were practicing and all that, to now, at this point, where have you seen the most growth in your team?
I would say offensively. We're starting to click more on offense. People are making shots, knocking down shots. We knew we could do it. It was just a matter of when it was going to come to us, get a great flow on offense. I think our defense has just been going up the whole season. So I think definitely the offensive side.
Yeah, I agree. I feel like offense is probably the most we improved on, but also as a team of being together and staying together through hard times, like at the beginning of the year. In Florida, it was some tough times, although we won, but it was some tough times as a team, and we stuck through, and I feel like that just made us better for today and the future.
This one's from Twitter for Micah. After 10 days off, you put back-to-back great performances together. How do you explain that?
I mean, I feel like I was on the roll. I was starting to heat up, I would say, before. I got on protocol, and I just feel like it just kept me going because I was in my room just doing push-ups, sit-ups, like wishing I would be out there hoping, playing with the team. Like I was doing form shots in my room. Like I was just getting ready. I just wanted to keep it going. So I hope that answered the question.
Anybody have anything else for the players? Nope. You guys are dismissed. Thank you.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
All right, Coach.
Yep. All right, for an opening statement, I think Neil's question and JMO and hit it on the floor. It was kind of dead in here, and I know with COVID, we're not filling this place, and it's not, the students aren't here because of the no band, and all the things that make our game environment so special we don't have in it. And it's just kind of dead. And when Jamal dove on the floor 4 or 5 minutes into that game, came up with the ball, I think that changed everything. I think that won the game. I think from that point on, there was not a doubt who was going to win the basketball game. I thought, we played with great emotion, we played with great energy, and that's who we are. And January is a hard time. You have the excitement of starting the season, and you play games, and then you start the league, and now we're five, 6 games into the league, and it's January, and now you're thinking about March, and so you see a lot of funny things happen in January, and you see a lot of bad basketball throughout the country. And I really challenged them pre-game that can't be us, that our identity is how hard we play in our defense. And I thought we were outstanding tonight. And as you talked about the improvement of our offense, it scares me a little bit, because for me as a coach, I've got to find a fine line on letting them go offensively and becoming, the Oakland of old, where we win by outscoring people. And I like this team, and I like our identity, and I don't want it to become that. I want it to become we win because of our defense. And so there's a fine line there, because we got to go. Jalen is so much better when he's on the move like that. And, Lamp's going to step into shots and get some in the flow, instead of, okay, we grind down, and we got to make a shot with 10 seconds or 9 seconds left on the shot clock. That's how we won early. But now we're getting home games. I think, I might be wrong, but I think we're averaging between 85 and 90 a game at home in our 4 or 5 home games. Now, I know I'm right. It's a fine line. I think only one time we didn't get pizza and we missed a free throw, they would have got pizza. So it's a fine line, and it's really going to be a challenge for me as a coach throughout the course of games, especially home games. And maybe at home we're going to win with more offense, and on the road we got to grind. We'll see Thursday. Thursday's going to be a real tell for this team on how we can win.
All right, open up for some questions.
This mask thing's tough with a beard. I'm going to have to shave. I can't do this with a beard.
Wow. Well, Camp, are you you do the electric razor, or do you do the shaving cream and straight razor then? That's what the people want to know. That's hard hitting.
Yeah, Neil, that's kind of private.
Okay. Hey, I understand. I respect your privacy, Camp. No, about this basketball game here today, just kind of following up on that. Is it tough though? Because you could see it. I mean, it was tangible out there offensively. That was a vintage Oakland thing, where it was in the flow, and I like to say the horses were getting out of the barn.
Well, we've got matchup problems. At our level, we got real matchup problems, because the post players in this league trying to guard Trey Townsend on the perimeter is just a huge matchup. I mean, anytime, and that's why they had to go zone. We just cleared the floor and gave it to Trey against that St. Pierre kid and then the Big Bull kid. I mean, we went into the game. We said in the locker room before the game, if they play us man-to-man, Trey, you're getting 35 tonight, because we're going to you on isolations all day long. And if they go smaller, that helps us at the other end, because now rebounding, our Achilles heel is our defensive rebounding. And so, offensively, if we flow like that, we are, got a little guy on Micah, he can go down and post. You put the little guy on Blake, he's going to get shots because he can shoot over you. And so we've got matchup problems, and so we're a better team when we flow on offense, there's no question. But there's going to be nights that we're not making shots and we can't do this, and we still have to keep the identity of our defense to win those games.
Is it tough, like when you have versatility on top of versatility, when you have guys that are multifaceted? I mean, Jamal Cain's a 3-level scorer. How do you guys manage that as a coaching staff, which element you want to go with?
Well, that's what's going to make this team so great, is because the kids don't care. Jamal Cain, I mean, there's 6 pro scouts here tonight, and the way to win this game was to go through Trey. And Jamal didn't care. And he played his heart out. I mean, one of the reasons Jamal only had 3 rebounds tonight is because we were not going to let them shoot the three. They're a team that shoots high. They're not a great three-point shooting team, but they're a high-volume three-point. They shoot a lot of them. So what we wanted to do was take that away. And the best stat on here for me is they only shot 14 threes. I would guess that's their lowest in the year against the zone. But to do that, we extended the zone, which took Jamal away from the rim. And then early, when Josh Thomas, number 24 for them, came in, he scores driving. And so now we had to make an adjustment because he had it going. Man, he made some tough shots. But I kept telling the team that nobody can continue to make the tough, you're making them shoot tough twos. No one can continue to do that. We're good. And I was right. You can't continue to make those kind of shots. He's a really, really talented offensive player, and so is Golston. But we guarded. We made adjustments. We guarded. When we ran sets, we executed our sets. Came out of a free throw. I told Jalen, if you tell Jamal to set a solid screen, Jalen, and you look for this, and we're going to get a layup. And we went down, we ran the set, he set a solid screen, and we got a layup. And so they do what they're coached to do, and they don't, at times they venture off, but when I really am tough on them and say, do this, they do it. And that's really makes me happy.
So Cleveland State now on Thursday night in Cleveland. You talked about it. You'll see a lot about your basketball team, and we'll see a lot about Cleveland State as well. The juice, still get the juice flowing, camp. You got, these types of matchups on the road.
Well, it's, again, it's early January, and you can't put too much stock into that. But we're a team. We've played how many league games? 5.
Yes.
We're 5-0, and we've had a 20-point lead in all 5 games. That's impressive. But we've played, record-wise, the bottom of the league. We didn't get to play Detroit. So now we're going to go play the top of the league. And I don't care that we were up 20. I don't care if we're up 20. I just want to be up by 1. And so we're going to find out. We're feeling good. We're flowing. But we're going to find out. And we're going to find out how good that defense really is. And Cleveland State's probably the most talented offensive team in the league. They're not a great three-point shooting team, but they got 3 guys that can make a 3 from anywhere. They find a way to win. Guy on my staff said the other day, we were in the office and they played Fort Wayne and they almost lost. And then they played Robert Morris the other night and they almost lost. And then today they were down and they played at Youngstown and they almost lost. They're the king of almost losing, but they don't lose, they win. They find a way, and that's why they won the championship. They beat us in the tournament final. And so they're the team everybody's shooting at. And we got a chance in January to go to their place. And then we get them the last game of the year at home. So let's just see.
Any other questions from y'all? All right. We'll take some social media questions. First one, Jeff from Twitter. This team feels like a classic Boeheim-Syracuse long defensive team more than the run-and-gun OU teams of the past. Was this your vision in building this team, or just the cards the transfer era dealt?
Well, what we did, and most fans know this, we had the COVID shutdown last year, and we've got 3 days to play Xavier on national TV, and I'm not a good enough or smart enough coach to put a man-to-man defense in 3 days. So we went to this zone, and at that time, I didn't know Micah Parrish. He'd practiced 3 times with me. I didn't know Trey Townsend. He'd practiced 3 times with me. So as the year went on last year, we started 0-9, and we were terrible defensively and offensively. And as we grew and got better, and I saw, hey, I got good players, and we got to the championship game with that zone. I made a conscious decision that we're going to play that zone. It's unique, and we're going to recruit to it. So the answer is yes, we're recruiting to that zone. Now the point guard. We're always going to have a point guard, and I don't care if he fits the zone or not. He's got to fit me offensively. And we're always going to have a shooter. And so we're going to recruit a shooters, and we're going to recruit a point guard, but everybody else is going to be 6'6" to 6'9", that long and athletic and can run. And that's what we're going to do. That's how we're recruiting. And we're going to play that zone until I decide that it's the wrong thing to do.
Okay. You already touched on this once already, but this question kind of asks a little bit more from it. You've had a 20-point lead in every conference game so far this season. What does that say about your team at this point in the season? Well,
I think, again, we've played the bottom of the league. I think we're playing really well, and I think our defense is confusing. We took a high-volume three-point shooting team tonight, and they were 4 for 14. On the season, we're giving up 27% from the three. Zones aren't supposed to do that. But with our length and everything, that's how we're going to win. We want them to take tough twos. Now, the Achilles heel is getting a rebound. And we're so spread out, creating turnovers that they're, you'll get mad at us, and I get mad at us because they'll get some rebounds that they normally wouldn't get. But there's give and take. We caused 18 turnovers tonight. We had 12 steals. We're going to win a lot of games when we do that, and that's a veteran. That's a veteran team. I mean, Golston and Thomas and Lofton was a starter at Texas UTEP, and so that's not freshmen. That wasn't Ohio Christian out there. We turned them over, and a lot of that's us.
Also from Twitter, what's the ceiling for this team?
Well, I don't think about things like that until later in the year. I told people before the season started, and everybody thought I was nuts. We had a Zoom call with our courtside seats and donors and that, and I told everybody, hey, this is one of my best teams, and I think people thought I was just trying to sell tickets. I think people see now that we're good, and as our bench grows, as Osei Price gets better and Will Shepherd and Blake starts getting more confident, I don't think we have a ceiling. I just don't see one right now. Somebody asked me after the Oklahoma State game, is this the best team you ever had? No, but why couldn't it be? We got a pro on it. We might have multiple pros on it. We've got multiple people that are going to make money playing basketball, but when we talk about NBA level pros, we might have multiple. You look at where Trey Townsend was and where he is now, and who knows what's going to happen? That kid's special. And I think Micah Parrish, I've said that since he got here, I think he's got the NBA body. I think we have multiple pros. Jalen Moore is as good as any point guard in the country. Take him with anybody. So, yeah, is our ceiling? I don't know. I think we can be really good, but we're not the favorite to win this league. So, I can't be talking about stuff like that until we go through the league and see what we do.
We'll take this last one here. Talk about Chris Conway's effort tonight.
I got mad at Chris for the lane violation. Otherwise, he would have had his best game. I told him when he came off, the opening 5 minutes were his best 5 minutes as a Division I basketball player. I think the other night, that game gave him extreme confidence. And then I put him back in, and I got mad at him because he had scored the ball, right? And he made a pass that, he's 2 feet from the basket, shooter's jump hook. If he misses, he misses. But he makes a pass that gets stolen, and they get a run out. And so he's learning, he's growing, he's learning, and I think the other night did wonders for him, and I thought he was really good tonight. He's getting some confidence. He's a really good shooter. From 10 to 12 feet, he can really shoot the ball. I think you're starting to see that.
Anybody have anything else? Thanks, everyone.
All right, thank you.